Good evening, good morning, wherever you may be. Thanks for watching Kevin Stoda channel and helping me get the magic 4000. And I hope that you will also help me with collecting the plantains or the plantains or the bananas, whatever you call them.
Saging.
Saging or moz in Arabic. So tonight's Sunday night here in Kansas City in the United States. Hello, Jerry Alcantara. Shout out. Thank you, Jerry, for coming. I usually type in shout out, but I'm told I don't need to. And so I will put at least shout out. And because you're the first one. Thank you for helping out. And if you can find some friends, it'd be cool to join us here. Again, this is Sunday evening in the United States. As you know, our country's not doing very well on fighting COVID, and we're appreciating all your support. Oh, yeah, Cherry Alcantara says, sending my support. Thank you for your support. And our family's been safe. We do not go out without our mask. And we've noticed that in recent weeks in Kansas City, more and more people are wearing masks. So we're feeling pretty good about that. Minju shout out for Minju. Good to hear from you, Minju. Again, this is Kevin Stoda in the United States. Behind me is artwork from Peru. I bought one like this when I was in Peru and gave several away. And I thank you for watching and supporting. As can be. Let me tell you a little bit about myself, in case you don't know. I originally wanted to be a history and social science teacher. I've never been hired to do that. Closest I came was when I was teaching English for social scientists as a part-time job in Germany when I first started out. But I mostly have taught English as a foreign language. And luckily, God blessed me with the ability or the opportunities to teach so far in the United States, Mexico, Nicaragua, Taiwan, Japan, Kuwait, the UAE, Oman, and in Germany, and just a weekend stint in Costa Rica when I was giving seminars there. Anyway, that's what got me around the world before I met my wife in Kuwait, and I stopped traveling so much after I got married. Let's see what you guys are up to on this. To make a long story short, like a lot of people I know from the Philippines and a few other countries in the world, like India, people have to go abroad to get better paying jobs or even job security sometimes. We met people who've been teaching in Oman 30, 40 years or working there as doctors, for example. Other people have retired in Mexico to teach, and I worked with some of the people there while I was teaching in Mexico. And still other countries in Germany, some Americans have set up their own language schools and have gotten citizenship. Meanwhile, I'm back in the United States after almost a 30-some-year hiatus with only 3 or 4 teaching stints in the United States over the years. Mostly I taught abroad. Thumbs up there, Mr. Let's see. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Bankerts No Fumf Shunon. I don't know. I'll copy that. I'll try to pronounce it. Thank you. I'll also try to give you add moderator permission, huh? I'll get that one. All right. Shout out to you guys. Thank you for sharing and watching. Hi, Minju. Your your name looks almost Minju. I don't know, is it Chinese, Korean, or Taiwanese, or even Japanese? Uh, the other Koreans who are in Japan, some are native Japanese for many generations. Some are new, but most of them, I think, they make up to about 1% of the population in Japan. Uh, so that's why I asked if Minju Lee was Japanese, but usually Korean or maybe Chinese. Good that you guys are here. I was just sharing about how I got here back to Kansas. So it was way back in '83 when I first worked on farms in France and Germany. I took a year off from my university before my university graduation. I graduated in '85, then did my student teaching, and went to try to get a job in Kansas City area where I'm at now, and couldn't. So I decided, well, let's go back to Germany. So I applied for the University of Wuppertal in northwestern Germany. At that time, it was West Germany, and stayed for 4 years. And I learned along the way that I like to teach English as a second language or foreign language, and taught that at university and adult education centers part time. But I wanted a full time, regular, more committed job. So I came back to the States, went to the University of Kansas in 1990. The same year, I started to teach German in high schools in Spanish, and out west in Great Bend, Kansas. It's in Barton County. My brother now teaches out Dodge City, further out west. But I only taught there a year and then moved back to the Lawrence, where the University of Kansas is, and worked on my degree there another year while teaching Spanish and German. So what's interesting, I haven't taught either subject for decades. Until a year and a half ago, I was asked to teach Spanish. So it was a long hiatus from 1992 January to about August of 2018, 2019, excuse me. I hadn't taught Spanish, but now I'm getting used to it. This is my second year back into Spanish, and I'm teaching in an inner city high school in Kansas City, excuse me. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate you guys. There was, what was it? There was a chance to go to Japan then before I even finished my master's in teaching English to speakers of other languages, and I took advantage of it. And so I went to try to pick up my fourth language, English, German, Spanish, and then Japanese. I never got past intermediate Japanese, and that would be speaking level, not at the written level by any means, or reading level. But I taught in Japanese high schools for 2 years through the Japanese exchange teacher program. And there I had culture shock again, which probably some of you have had if you've worked abroad. Hi, Minju Lee. You're Filipina. That's a cool name, though. Minju Lee. It kind of mixes two sounds, some Japanese and some Korean. It's cool. Nice to hear that. Yeah. So I occasionally tried to become a citizen in countries where I worked. I tried Germany because I ended up teaching in Germany twice, working in Germany 3 times over periods of decades. But that it just didn't work out. Once I was married to bring my wife and later my daughter, was impossible. So we came back and worked in the United States after another 6 years in Oman. But I'm skipping around because Minju Lee mentioned she's Filipina, and my wife is Filipina too, and she was working in Kuwait when we met. Prior to that, she had worked in the UAE and Lebanon before coming to Kuwait, and she'd gone home a few times to live for a hiatus of a few years. She studied commerce and we met when she was baptized in the same church fellowship I was in Kuwait, and so that's how we met. Um, I should add, though, that I also went to Nicaragua to teach in '95 as an English teaching fellow for the United States Information Agency, and that's the only time I worked for a U.S. government program. But I have taught in Taiwan with the Taiwanese government program and in Japan with the Japanese government program. So, and I taught at public universities in several countries where they contract you out to come and teach for their programs. We've got Cherry Alcantara. She says, try to visit Masahistan Gala, sometimes for your banana. Oh, they vlogs Apple look too also. Okay, we'll have to try that. Maybe you want to share a link. Cherry Alcantara. Oh, she's been in UEA. I'm in Dubai now. Yeah. I think she was in Abu Dhabi, and I was in Sharjah. I only taught in the UAE 1 year. Taught at the University of Sharjah way back in 2000. That'd be 20 years ago now, 1999 through 2000. And I think she was in Abu Dhabi like even earlier, like 95 or 96 or something like that. So she hasn't really been back to the UAE since. So much has changed since I was there in 2000. And I'm sure you just work under such different conditions than we did. I think when I was there in 2000, the UAE had only about 3 million people. I think it had 6 million within a decade, and probably is much more populated now. I'm just not sure. Tell us if you want about your life and work. I don't mind if you do, or you can just tell me what you're interested in. As noted before, until 2017, I worked mostly abroad. I did come home and teach in Texas a few years before saying goodbye to the U.S. and going to Mexico in 2002. So from 2002 at least until 2017, I did not teach in the United States at all. I had been teaching at the University of Texas A&M there, but couldn't find stable work. I was like on 3-month contracts for for a couple years, and I decided that enough of that. So I've been lucky. I've been able to teach most of my life. I do some writing. I do some blogging, and you guys can share your links. I appreciate it, and we'll try to catch and watch those really soon. I encourage other people to do so. So I didn't really get to the Philippines to visit the Philippines until I was married, and we were married in 2008, 2009, and I flew with my wife back to the Philippines from Kuwait. I was working in Germany at the time, and like I said, I'd been trying to get some visas for my wife and later for my daughter. My daughter was born in the Philippines in 2010, and that's when I decided to find a job locally, and that's when I taught in Taiwan the next year. Again, we were still in an economic downturn in the U.S., and so I didn't try for a job in 2011. We just went and looked for a job in Oman, where I taught from 2011 to 2017. And Kuwait was pretty good. They were able to get my wife over within 3 or 4 months of my going to work there with my daughter, and we stayed there. With the election of Donald Trump, though, in 2016, I asked my friends in the States, is it time for me to come home and try to help fix things? And that was one reason. Another reason was my daughter was doing poorly in reading and writing in English in Oman, and so it was time to come and spend more time for her in the United States working on English. And also my mother who's now 79 years old, going on 80 this next year. She, needs more family around, so we contacted family that way. So I imagine some of you know that decision about working abroad and having to come back and be there for family. And so that's what happened in 2017. And we stayed here ever since. And so unless we win the lottery, we're going to stay here for a few more years. We will visit Philippines a lot along the way. Let's see. I don't know much more to say, but I will share. I'm just going to let you try to tell me what an Uday vlogs and an Apple Lugtu also look like if you want to. We'll look at them at our leisure. Yeah, Cherry Alcantara says a lot has changed in UAE now. I think 80% of the population here are foreigners. Like us Filipinos, we are 1.2 million here. Well, even when I was there, it was almost 90% of the population was foreigners at that time. So it really hasn't changed that much. Apparently, the UAE always had a large number of foreign population, and that's partially because it was an open state up until its independence. That means anybody from the British Empire could come in and out. So there was a lot of Indians who'd lived there for hundreds of years, even before the British came. There were Pakistanis and people from Iran and other places all living there. So, and Oman, of course. So there's all kinds of people who were living there even before Dubai started to become strong economically in the late 1990s, early 2000. Cherry Alcantara says, yes, please don't know the timings of their LS, but just give it a try. Okay, thank you very much. We'll give it a try. And we see some message from Mylene Chen. Oh, I have to highlight it. Mylene Chen. I wonder if she's from Philippines. She might be from somewhere else. You don't have to say, I know. But I'll give you a shout out. Thank you for watching my stuff. All right, so let me see. So I've had many blessings, and all I've been to or traveled through or lived in about 102 countries. About 7 of those countries don't exist anymore, including the former Yugoslavia, West Germany and East Germany. They don't exist anymore. Czechoslovakia doesn't exist anymore. A free independent Hong Kong doesn't apparently exist anymore. I pray for these people. I pray for you guys. I hope you're okay. Now we got somebody named Momo Kapu. Maybe they want to share a little bit more. I thought I did that, huh? No, okay. Get it. Okay. Momo Kapu, shout out and join. Join and support this vlog. The vlog, okay? We got a lot of nice people here. Some of them look like Korean names, but they could be from Philippines or Japan or any number of places. I applied and was accepted to teach in Korea several times, but the pay there is not as good as some other countries. And so I I didn't. But if I ever get in a financial situation where the don't have to pay so much for things here that we invested in the States, then I'll go to Korea and teach before I hit 70 years old. um, oh, I see Alba Flores there. I didn't notice that. Anyway, I'm going to give you a shout out and thank you for participating. I encourage you to. We're just talking about the different places I've been to, and some of them don't exist anymore. So I was able to be in was now Western Eastern Berlin several times before the wall came down. And within a month of the wall coming down, I was climbing over the concrete barrier between East and West Germany myself, and going down the other side and walking back and forth, and then coming back without any passport. That was really amazing event. One of the many blessings God gave me in my travels. I'm sure some of you have had some very good experiencing traveling and living around the world. I see Cherry Alcantara saying goodbye. I will see you around. Sir, I will get ready for work. Thanks for sharing us your story. It's very interesting. Have a nice evening. You too, Cherry Alcantara. Thanks for coming. Everybody share, and this is a good place to share. So my wife was born in Negros in the Philippines. So she spoke Visayan dialects growing up, and even though her family moved to Palawan, there was a lot of people from Visayas and Mindanao who moved to Palawan, as well as those from Luzon. So it's a pretty mixed group there, but I don't think she really took formal Tagalog until school, and probably not seriously until middle school, when she moved back to Negros and there was better schooling. So anyway, I myself didn't learn any foreign languages till I was an adult. I took my first Spanish class my second year of college, so I was almost 20 years old, and it did not go well. I didn't at the first shot did not work well. Cherry Alcantara says, I speak Bisaya too. I'm from Leyte. Well, I think we had people from church in Kuwait who were from Leyte too. I'm trying to remember who. We visited people up near Leyte when we were in Thousand Islands, I think, for our honeymoon. We went to Bolinaro and stayed on the beach area. Okay. Again, thank you for sharing, everybody, and thanks for subscribing and encouraging your friends to subscribe. I'll be glad to chat a little bit more later. Let me show you this wall hanging a little bit because I'm pretty proud of it. I've got several of these. This is llama wool, and it's just wool dyed, and some natural and some dyed, and its colors are woven in a nice picture like this. It's very popular to see one sees these all over now Central America, but this is the original design. It's from Peru and Ecuador, but mostly Peru. Isn't it great? I went to Peru before I went to the UAE in the spring of 1999, I think. Oh no. Oh, I went to Machu Picchu. It's a very famous place in Peru. It was my dream place and got to go there some years ago. Again, thanks for your thumbs up and thank you for sending your friends to give me bananas, join, subscribe. I really appreciate it. As I said, we passed the 4000 mark on hours, but we need to now get some more friends in here. I appreciate it. The hardest thing about being back to the States is all the taxes you have to pay. You probably know that from some of your own countries. If you're working abroad, many countries don't require you to pay the homeland taxes. They figure that you're going to be importing the money, so you're going to actually be contributing and creating a greater gross national product. If you're bringing the money home, it's like you're having a company abroad and you're bringing money home. So they think you'll come home eventually and share. So they don't usually tax you. But as I said, I didn't learn Spanish until I went to college. I didn't learn it very well the first 2 times I tried. But after that, I went to study international development for 1 month in Honduras and Nicaragua in '83. And then I went after that to Germany, as I said, and France to work on farms, where I learned by immersion over a whole year. So that enabled me to figure out I could learn more by doing and listening and trying to speak than I could by studying it. So that's how I picked up most of my languages first. Later, I came back and I could study Spanish, and then from Japan, I could study Japanese. Cherry Alcantara says, and also run away, try to visit his LS. Did you go to Dodong and Indai last night? Dodong. Dodong? Dodong, I thought, is a kind of critter that lives in the Philippines and in the Gulf. It's a mammal that swims in the water. Dudong, that's a cute name. In any case, that's how I ended up with the language skills I've had. A lot of you grow up, though, in countries where you have multilingual opportunities, like Visayan and various languages in Mindoro region and Luzon and Northern Luzon. There's different languages to learn. If you're from other countries like Japan, there's less opportunity to learn foreign languages, except, yeah, if there's a lot of people around you who speak one, I guess. In Japan, many people don't learn much Japanese. It has to be people who are gung-ho, ready to try really hard to learn. In the UAE was the first time I lived in a place where it was very hard to learn a foreign language. I paid for a lot of Arabic classes when I first got there, but it was just very hard because none of the people around me spoke the Arabic they were teaching us in the classroom. It was standardized Arabic, and it didn't really help us to use what we could to communicate with people on the streets. People on the streets would more often speak Urdu or some Afghani language, Pashto, and Indian dialects. So it's pretty hard to learn Arabic in the UAE unless you're inside a family. So I think my wife learned better Arabic than me, at least for what's spoken in the country that way. Again, in Kuwait, I tried to learn Arabic, but as I was teaching full-time in English teaching situations and with colleagues who spoke English, I wasn't getting much practice either there. The 5 years I lived in Kuwait and Oman, I was with my family and again in university teaching situation. So full immersion is I was only able to do somewhat in Japan because I lived in a rural small town with about 40,000 people, and there was only one or two North Americans, maybe a British person in town. So we didn't run into each other very much. There was a little more incentive to learn, but it was still very hard in Japan. But I did seek out teachers and get some background in it before I came back to the States and started at, believe it or not, intermediate Japanese level. Let me take a breath and drink. I've been running all day. I got up early and did my lesson plans, and then we went to church on Zoom. Let's see, tilt this down a little bit more. We do a lot of Zooming as I'm teaching Spanish via distance. Even though I'm a high school teacher, our school decided in August to go full-time online until things got better with COVID. And so I haven't been in the school building, but maybe 3-4 times in 6 months. So that's where we're at in the States. My daughter's also homeschooling here in her school. She only went to the school building once, and she's been at home schooling. This is where I teach my class, my Spanish class down here. And my computer is right over there that I normally use. I imagine most of you are multitasking right now. If you're on the other side of the world, then you're probably in your Monday morning mode and have to do a lot. But feel free to give me a comment or share. I appreciate that. And I'll keep sharing. So after church, I had to finish another Zoom meeting with people in my family small group from church. After that, on Zoom, our church was on YouTube. It's the Kansas City Church of Christ. I recommend you watch it if you can. They always put or stream their videos live and semi-live as premieres. Then I met another guy who we went and walked in a mall. I normally walk outside, but he wanted to walk in a mall. So it's a large mall, and it wasn't very crowded. We had our face mask on, and so did everybody else in there, which is good. I didn't like some other parts of the state in Missouri and Kansas where people don't wear a mask at all. But at least things are being safer now. I have to take a deep breath because we get sinus issues. As the winter gets in here, we get a dryness in the house, with the heater on sometimes, and it makes it hard to breathe, and that's what I'm facing right now. We also have right before the allergy season, and this is one of the country's big high allergy levels. This area and like down in northern Texas, they have similar issues. So I'll take a deep breath. So as you know, if you have a job, sometimes you get stressed out, and deep breathing exercises are pretty good, or even medium breathing exercises. Deep breathing can really help you relax if you're stressed, and regular length breathing, whether you breathe in the same amount as you do out, will help you create a balance. So there's 2 different breathing techniques you can try. Yeah, if you start breathing exercise and you start yawning, you know you've improved your oxygen flow, right? Um, let's see. I do have some more work tonight to do for school, so I may be getting off here in a little bit. But I did wanted to share my appreciation again that you guys have come and watched and participated. If you have any thoughts, you can write them down in the live chat, and I'll just share a little bit more. Um, most people in Kansas City at this time are watching the football game. The football game is the Kansas City Chiefs, and they're the leaders almost of the whole National Football League. So let me see if I can get this open and find out how they're doing in their game. Let me check. All right, Chiefs game, and hopefully we'll get their score. Well, the Broncos are ahead 10-9. That's pretty amazing. The Broncos got beat very badly last week, and the Broncos are 4-7, while the Kansas City Chiefs are 10-1. So that does not look good. Of course, maybe I don't know who the quarterback is for the Chiefs tonight. Normally, they have a very, very good quarterback, but they might have let their sub start and get a good start in the game. I'm not sure what's going on, but it's the third quarter, and so it does not look good for the Chiefs. They're down 10-9 to one of the lower ranked teams in their division. So we'll see what's going to happen next. It's 1st and 10 at the Denver 36, so the Chiefs are moving the ball, but they're still losing right now. It's pretty amazing. I'll come back to you, though. Any of you watch or follow a certain type of sports, or my wife loved Pacquiao, and she loved boxing. What are you guys up to in sports? Many of my students love American football, and that's what I was referring to. Maybe you guys should learn to follow the American football. We could chat about that sometime too. Yeah, I played American football growing up in high school and junior high. I did not really want to get involved earlier because I knew how many chances of injuries and concussions. Eventually, I left football at the end of high school, and I didn't pick it up again. I did have by that time really injured ankles that continued to hurt me, so that by the age of 19, I had to give up tennis. So again, you have to be careful with these sports. Let's see here. I wanted to check my sister. My sister's a big Chiefs fan, and so I have to check up on them. Why are the Chiefs losing? Where's the quarterback? Who is the quarterback? Who is the quarterback? Yeah, there's two main rivals. Actually, Chiefs got several main rivals, but two main rivals of the Chief are the Denver Broncos and who they're playing tonight, and the Oakland Raiders, now the Las Vegas Raiders, who they beat a couple weeks back. But again, even that game was too close for me in the end. So it's good to watch, but I do not recommend American football because of the injuries. I know that they're trying to make things safer. Students at my high school are actually playing football this autumn, and they managed to go to all their games. That meant that they kept their COVID rate down so they could do so, which is rather pretty good in this climate because we have a lot of issues in the middle part of the United States right now with it. In any case, as I said, I hope you're safe. I'll have to send my sister a call. She's not going to answer my. Mm-hmm. Let's see if she's picking up. When nice to have you guys share. Uh-huh. That's good. Oh, I don't think she's answering. My sister would be watching the game. I don't get it on my TV. We just use the free internet stuff. We don't have Netflix or anything like that, like some people do in the States. Anyway, she's not answering. Yeah, I guess I should have gone over. It's a close game. So I came home and I watched some Christmas programs after walking and doing some shopping. I did some Christmas shopping for family. Got a couple of gifts. I hope to be able to buy some more. With the economic situation we're facing, it's you got to be careful and not spend too much on Christmas. My daughter wants a very big present. I don't think I'll get it for her unless she improves her attitude and works on her reading and stuff like that. She was supposed to read with me today and she didn't. So we really want her to, it's one of the reasons to be in the States. We want her to keep up with her reading. How are your kids doing? So let's sneak back to the football game. Let's see if they scored. No score. Oh, no. Looks like the other team got the ball. I don't know. Maybe they missed a field goal or something. Watch live on NBC? How do you watch live on NBC? I don't think you can watch live on NBC. I don't think there's any live. Do you think there's any live? Okay. No, thanks. It says I have to sign in with my cable provider. I don't have a cable provider. This is internet. Anyway, we'll forget about that one. It's weird that the Broncos got beaten badly last week. Because of COVID, they weren't able to field their quarterbacks. They had to bring in somebody else to help hand off balls during the game. So it was amazing they even showed up at all. So they got beat horribly last week, but I didn't expect them to do so well. It looks like the Chiefs just kicked a field goal, so they're ahead 12-10. But I don't know what else to think about it. I guess there's been some interceptions or something. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Anyway. But for the city of Kansas City, this is very important that their Chiefs are doing well. I don't know if they've got the best record in the country or the second best. We'll check on that in a second. Yeah, wow, Jets are 0-12. That's pretty bad. Oh, there they are. I don't know why I couldn't see it before. Yeah, the Packers are 9-3, and the Saints 10-2. They're pretty good up there. I don't remember if the Chiefs played the Saints or not. If the Chiefs lose tonight, they'll be 10-2. Oh, Steelers are 11-0. Ooh, wee, that's almost unheard of to be this far along the season and not lost a game. That's pretty good. They're outscoring their opponents by, I don't know, about 200 and something points. Let's see. Yeah, no one else has got 11-game streak except for 11-game loss streak by Jaguars and Jets, I guess. Oh, no, they've got a 12-game streak. In any case, good morning, good evening, po-host Tamsak Dunn. Hi, Annalisa Madrona. Thank you for watching and sharing and playing and all those good things. Appreciate it. Where's Madam Poser? I think she's tired. She was on all day working down here at the same desk that I am. And I think she's pretty busy sleeping. She did watch one of the Christmas movies with me before I came down here. I just came down here at 8 o'clock. I'm going to have to check with my sis again on the game. But yeah, Vic, my wife, she really was down there a long time today working. She was trying to learn some new skills on the internet. So she was watching programs and learn how to type and program things, like kind of what I have to do for school. Since I'm teaching by distance, that means I teach live on Zoom. Almost 6 hours a day during the week. Actually, it's not that bad. Probably 5.5 hours a day. We teach long class periods of an hour and a half per shot, and then I have to observe some other teachers when they're teaching. So that's what I'm up to. I'm gonna contact Fable. I'm gonna give her a football thing. I don't know what that means. I'm trying to send her Bitmojis. These are my Bitmojis. I don't know if they show on yours. These are mine. Do you use Bitmojis to send messages to loved ones? I was trying to write my sister. You know, Bitmojis you make of yourself, or it helps make of you. I don't know. Anyway. Annalisa Madrona. Okay, poster copy po. Just tell her po na. I miss her and thanks to her for playing my videos and I got monetized. Wow. Good job. Glad to hear that. Wish I could be. You guys keep sharing the bananas. See, that was Annalisa Madrona. I'll say congrats, Annalisa Madrona. Congrats. Oh, didn't get the right word in there, please. We've got message here from Minju Lee. I'm still watching you, Sir Kevin. I'm happy you're watching me. I give you a big thumbs up. Thank you for doing that, Minju Lee. So we do have some property in Palawan, and it would be nice if we could go back there, but when is, an issue of COVID right now, and we would normally be going this year, coming year, but I think we won't be able to do it because of COVID. So we can aim for maybe 2020 22 or later. Thirsty, huh? Annalisa Madrona. Well, thank you so much, Annalisa. I gotta check on the football game again. It says third quarter, 6:18 left. Okay. The Buffalo Bills one. Doesn't show me. We'll go back to this next one. Okay. So the Chiefs are headed 12-10, but again, the Broncos have the ball. So we'll see how it's going. It's not the fourth quarter yet, so there's a good 20 minutes left in playing time. I guess I'll see a game highlight. So there's a play here for game highlight. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. That's not the right game. I tried to watch, but it was the wrong game. Well, the Broncos must have changed their helmets. That's why I didn't recognize them. Yeah, my sister gave me an update. She says that somebody from a neighboring school district is Lee Summit is going to play okay. They say Mahomes is playing. Oh. Third quarter is about up. So when will Mahomes? Yeah, it's good that they have a kid from the neighboring town. My cousin son, Max Weisner, plays for one of the teams in the area, and I think he plays for Lee Summit too, where this guy's from. Let me see what I can find about Max Weiser. I haven't done that yet. I've got to share this. Oh no. That's the wrong one. Never mind. Using the wrong computer. Maybe I'll go over there and use that computer. We've got here Chaser Dreams channel. That's a cool name. Chaser Dreams channel. I like it. Tom Talk Dunn Paul, sister of Anna Lisa Madrona. Shout out to you. And sharing and sending bananas this way if you can. Mhm. I don't think I can watch the audio only. If it's audio only, I can't see much. Well, let me go check on my laptop. I'll be right back, guys. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I need to check on my other laptop. I'll be right back. Oh, to charge it. Where's my stuff? Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to check over there. I'm back. Yeah, I like that name. We all have dreams, and it's good to be dreaming, right, Chaser? I'm dreaming on, I don't know, I guess that the Chiefs go all the way to the Super Bowl again this year. They won the Super Bowl last year. That's why we're hoping they'll go again. The problem is there'll be a big celebration if the Chiefs win, and I hope nobody gets sick. But that's a long way from now. To win the Super Bowl, you have to keep winning games all the way through February. And most teams are kicked out by the end of this month if they haven't won enough games. Mm-hmm. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever shared my blogs with you. This is my blog. If you ever want to go. Yeah, this is my. This is not a vlog. This is a blog. My blog. I just sharing that because sometimes I put my YouTube stuff, videos up there on my own blog. I just put it in the, and I try to encourage people to watch. It's something for you guys to think about doing. And I say these are my most recent YouTube videos, and I put it up there on my blog. And so if people are interested, they might check my blog and look for certain stories in there. I'm going to check it right now and see if anybody's looked at it recently. I see. Is that a news story? What that means, zone feelings. Label your feelings. That's cool. They're kind of like, oh, that's cool. Affect labeling is an implicit emotional regulation strategy that can be simply described as putting feelings into words. Specifically, it refers to the idea that explicitly labeling one's typically negative emotional state results in a reduction of the conscious experience, physiological response, and or behavior resulting from that emotional state. For example, writing about a negative experience in one's journal may improve one's mood. Huh. Yeah, we do that at school too. I'm reading about the topic of affect labeling, which was a topic I discussed under zone feelings and labeling. My school uses this. Let me see if I can. It's called the Courageous Conversation Protocol, and this is your compass. Courageous Okay, so you say, are you acting or feeling more? Are you acting here or feeling more? Are you believing and or are you thinking? Or are you right in the center? Okay. Uh, and that's I guess means you're centered. I don't know, but sometimes in the day you need to be in one place or the other, and simply knowing where you're at and knowing where you could be helps you feel a balance, and that would help you relax a bit. So notice that believing might be moral judgments about things. Thinking may be intellectual, but here on the area of I can't get my camera to show the acting. You might be more on into watching the relationships you're involved in. That means you want to watch your words carefully. Feeling emotional, where you're not going to watch your words, but maybe it's important to get your feelings out. So that's what we call a compass, and it's an emotional compass, and uh, it's the idea of labeling your feelings, and it's supposed to help you, I think, center or relax, because it's okay to, as long as you know where you're at and you're saying, well, this is what pushed me to that point on the compass, I can relate better. That sort of thing is very helpful um, to me, anyways, and to other teachers. We try to do that whenever we have teachers meetings. We don't always pull off, but we try to. Oh no, the Denver Broncos are ahead 16-12. Oh, this is a crisis. Uh-huh. It's got to be the Broncos. No, we don't want the Broncos to win, but they're the underdogs. Some people like underdogs. So I almost bet on today's game. I had the sense that the Broncos would do better than they thought. Uh, I don't like to gamble because it's addictive, so I don't usually do it. Uh, oh well. Yeah, I almost bet on the spread because the Chiefs were predicted to win, but I thought, well, it's going to be closer than they thought. But I didn't know they would actually be losing. Anyway, don't you hate it when your favorite team loses? I'm going to cry. All right. What do you do when your favorite team doesn't win? Okay. So now our feelings are in because of the game. My emotional feelings are like this. Oh boy, it is. Where am I standing now? Uh, okay, I am thinking there's a chance that they might lose. I'm worried. I'm I'm in the feeling stage and it's not happy. But we do have over 15 minutes of playtime left, so I'm not too worried. Let me just cross my fingers. No, our quarterback is usually very good, and he hasn't thrown a touchdown yet, so there's some chance he'll get a touchdown. Anyway, have you ever watched American football? I might have to walk away so you guys don't see me get angry if my team loses. Anyway, yeah. Hmm. Anyway, it's still a lot of time left. I think there's even a minute left in the quarter. I can't tell though. So we'll look back here. Let's see. That's not right. We just saw a score. Okay. Uh-oh, the Chiefs are doing well now. They're 3rd and 6 at the Denver 27. That's pretty good. That's a quick turnaround. But it's fourth quarter, so that's not good. Oh, it's still the third quarter. That's good. Maybe the Chiefs can get a score finally. Oh boy. So see, I'm getting distracted by the game because it's closer than it should be. In any case, I'll sit back and relax and do that long breathing thing. Oh boy. Anyway, we can't let the game stress us out. We can breathe, right? Even if our team's losing, huh? I think my picture's still crooked in the back where I hung it up, so I'm gonna see if I can straighten it just a tad. It's a little bit better. It's interesting to watch the game simply on the scoreboard. I don't actually see the game. I just get what's happening on the scoreboard. And now the Chiefs are 10 yards from the goal, which should bring some hope. And you watch me jump up, and if they suddenly get a score, I don't know how they move the ball so fast down the field, but that's a good thing. So I asked my sister, how did the Chiefs get down the field so fast? I mean, oh, what? Another field goal? Oh, no, they finally got a touchdown. Okay, Chiefs got a touchdown finally. Okay. Um, it's still a tight game. It's 16-18, and they haven't even kicked their touchdown. I mean, extra point yet. There it is. They got the extra point. So 16-19. That was a quick score. Finally. I have to look for a Bitmoji that's Mahomes is quarterback. Yeah. I wish I was at my sister's house watching the game, but I'm glad you guys are here with me. Don't let me discourage you. Chaser Dream Channel. The site can't be reached, said sir. Your blog, I mean, oh, why would my blog not be reached? It works in the United States. Maybe your country's barred my blog. Maybe your country's barred my blog. They banned my blog. I don't know. I don't know who banned it. It depends which country you're in. Somebody may have blocked me. I don't know. Here's just one of the articles. Maybe you can bypass it and go straight to an article. That's awful weird. But thanks for telling me, Chaser. That's interesting. No wonder I don't get as many views anymore. Somebody's banned me in somebody's country. Don't know why. But thanks for telling me. Chaser. Maybe Donald Trump's government's banned me from giving news in your country. I don't know. Chaser Dream channel. Who's censoring? Who is censoring? Who is censoring? And why? Yeah, we were watching a funny TV program tonight where it was a Christmas program where somebody got sued because they had sold a product at store saying they were bath beads, but when they got the person got home to their house, they were traumatized by the fact that it says bath bombs. And that's kind of like reason some censorship occurs. Somebody misunderstands a word or uses something that anyway, it's really weird. So in that case, people saw that it was just a non-real reason to be sued, and they worked out some other relationship with the person who was suing them. But I don't want to get into that. Let's just leave it. If you guys can't get in, that's fine. I would just assume it's country specific for whatever reason. Some of the Middle East and Southeast Asian countries do a lot of, I guess in China does too, a lot of blocking of sites. Who knows why? Let me see me. Yeah. That's interesting. That could be. I'm just checking to see if there'd be some reason why my blog would be blocked. I don't know. Checking up on some links here. That's strange. Yeah. Yeah, anyway, I don't know. There's reasons people ban each other. It's really not nice. I think the Broncos got the ball. It's not showing much of it, though. I think they're switching the directions. The teams flip which goal they're going for. Let's see what this was. Wow. That guy just ran right down the field. That's how they took off on a lead, huh? They just had a mile wide blocking thing. Really good block. He just took off. Yeah, they pulled the blocker. So they did it. Hmm. Yeah, I'm watching replay of the first half to find out how the uh, Denver Broncos got ahead in the first place. Yeah, it's pretty clear that they're playing well, and they're doing it at Chiefs Stadium, I think. I thought it was at Chiefs Stadium. Oh, maybe it's at Denver. Interception. So the Broncos would be ahead, except for some interceptions by the Chiefs, huh? Anyway, I'm sorry I got distracted, guys. Thanks for coming. I really appreciate it. Mm, mm, that's not right. Mm, I don't think that's my login. I don't remember how. Okay, we won't do that anymore. Oh, that's nice. I forgot about that. Mm, that's not right. Hmm. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go to baño. I'll be right back. Put my glasses down. I'm back. Bienvenido. Marhaba. Welcome back, they say. I am back. Thanks for watching. Oh, too long, huh? Hmm. Let me see. Maybe I will. Mm-hmm. This is okay. Right? Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, Kelsey? Kelsey did, huh? Good job, Kelsey. Hmm. Let's see. I'm gonna. Get to see it again. Where is that? Bring it back. I didn't get to see it. It must have got the point after blocked, huh? He caught it. Wow! He caught it. Yeah. I should really be preparing my last lesson for class, but I'm watching a football game. You know, we gotta enjoy life, not just work, 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 right? Sure, he did it. He got it. Hmm. Oh no, the Broncos are coming down again. That's scary. Crazy game to watch. He had it all the way. Hmm. Oh, he was wide open once he saw where it was going to be. Anyway, sorry to bother you guys with that. I got distracted. Um, we've got hello, bro, Kevin. Greetings from Ohio. Hey, hey, Nepper Betito. We are watching the Kansas City Chiefs. Right now, they're beating the Denver Broncos. That's what's going on. Um, yeah, I don't know how. I think hey, uh, hey, Nepper Betito, you teach English online? I do too, but I teach in school. I teach at the local high school. I hope you're doing okay. What's up with you? Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. You're a disciple from Kuwait and married to a brother from the Cleveland Church. That's wonderful. Vic and I were married in Kuwait too. I would like to talk to you about some work sometime. So, can you find my Facebook page under Kevin Stoda and we'll correspond? That would be good. Or you could just email to me. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I teach in my high school classes. I teach for 1.5 hours, 3 times a day. Um, so I'm lucky. I'm teaching mostly the same class. So, but if I had to teach all different classes, that'd be very stressful. But I'm blessed. I usually just have to work really hard, like on a Sunday or Saturday, and get prepared. But we're at the end of the semester. We got a lot of grades to do. Okay, thank you. Hey, Nepper Betito. Uh, Betito. I had started this evening by sharing a little bit about myself and Vic and my family and how we all got together. I worked abroad from 1983 until 2017. I worked outside the United States all but about 6 years total, 7 years maybe. In the meantime, did come back to the States and pick up 2 master's degree, one in teaching English to speakers of other languages, and the other one in political science. I even tried for my doctorate at Texas A&M. So whenever I came back to the States, I had tried, but now getting late, and I've got a family now. Don't have time for college. I'd like to get a doctorate though. Maybe I'll win the lottery. But it's great to hear from you, and thumbs up. If you got any questions about working around the world, you can ask me or just share. And thank you for sharing bananas and other good things with people. I appreciate that. Mhm. I was baptized in Sharjah, which is just north of Dubai. Mhm. And that was in 2000. And my wife was baptized in Kuwait in January of 2006. And she says she knows I was the first one to hug her when she came out of the swimming pool, but we had no idea at the time that we would be married less than 3 years later. Yeah, thank you for helping Ate Vic with bananas for anybody who came to the LS, and maybe I can come too when I get more into doing that or figuring out what time of day I can. I really want to. Thanks so much. I'm watching the game. Let's check it out. Oh, it's now the Chiefs' ball. Looks like the Denver didn't score, even though they were close to the goal. It's good. The Chiefs are suddenly on the 30-yard line of the Broncos. That's good. It's an exciting game for us in Kansas City because, as I noted, our team has got the second winningest record in the country right now. And last year they won the Super Bowl. And we've got a very young quarterback and team. And so the whole city's, even with the pandemic and the economic crisis, we're all big Chief fans or united around that. I hope you guys are doing okay health-wise and staying out of the virus's way and wearing your mask and taking care. You were baptized in Kuala Lumpur? That's interesting. When you were teaching there, amazing. Yeah, that is amazing. It's commercial now. My husband is also watching. Oh, you're watching the Broncos game? That's cool. I'm not able to watch it. We don't get NBC. We only get the free channels on the internet. We're not hooked up to any TV cable network or digital service like Spectrum or whatever. Yes, yeah, God's protection is what made it possible. You saw where I had that accident a few weeks ago. If not, I'm going to share it with you guys. Let's see. I don't know if I can show it to you. I'll look, see. YouTube, another. I think Vic showed you it, but I want to show you my accident, guys. God really blessed us. Where's the accident? Mm-hmm. I don't see it right here. I think these are the ones. There it is. I find it. God sent angels to protect me, and we all need angels to protect us. And we pray. This is, you maybe saw this video of my car accident 2 weeks ago. It shows my Suzuki upside down. Let me show you. What was I going to show you? I was going to show you my link here. If you want to see, this is just a link to the car. And basically, I was flipped over by a Toyota Tundra, which is about the biggest pickup you can find, and I was landed on my head, hanging upside down in the front driver's seat, glass flying everywhere. I really wasn't injured. I did get a bruise on my arm, but it didn't even show up for 2 days. I was upside down hanging, and first or second person to come to my help was a trauma nurse from the emergency room, and from neighboring St. Luke's Hospital. And soon an ambulance passing by from nearby stopped, and I had my vitals checked within minutes of the accident, and was relieved by that and could proceed to do all kinds of paperwork and stuff with police after that. So normally, I would have been just wondering, what, am I okay? Really okay? Do I have a concussion coming or whatever? It was nice to have my vitals checked out so quick, and that there was a trauma nurse on scene to calm me down and that sort of thing. Of course, I lost my car. I'm not too happy about that, but I hope you like the video. So really, angels helped me out. To have that much, a trauma nurse, and then an ambulance come by within just minutes, and not have to even pay for it because they just happen to be by. It was really cool. I refused to take an ambulance to the hospital, but I did have. I had maybe some rib muscles stretched, the ligaments and tendons in the back here, and God helped me survive that. I hope you drive safely wherever you're at. We praise God for sparing you. Thank you. Let's see what happened in the game. You said a big play is coming up. We're going to check. Oh, nothing happened. The Broncos got the ball. Oh, what happened to the Broncos? They must have stole the ball. First and 10 at the Denver 15. That must have been I don't know, fumble or interception, I guess they call it. That's too bad. So they stopped the KC drive. Now they got the ball. Well, as I said, I'm going to have to check in. They say it's good to check in with an emotional, pulse or analysis of where you're at to get yourself under control, feeling-wise and emotionally and balanced. Okay, this is called the Courageous Conversation Compass. And in it, you talk about where you're at on the compass. Like, are you closer to believing? That means using moral emotions to moral thinking to guide whatever you're doing at that moment, or are you emotionally feeling? Are you going through the part of the system, the brain, the senses, feeling about something, or are you acting? Are you taking these steps that you've determined are the most rational in that case? Or and then we have, again, let me say, believing, thinking, acting, and feeling. Okay, so right now with the Chiefs too close to win, I'm a little nervous. And I also kick myself for not betting on the margin. I was figuring that the Broncos would do better than expected. I should have played some money on it, but I don't gamble anymore, so I didn't. Okay, bad advice. Okay, it's Heneper Betito tells me there was a flag and they took back a touchdown throw. We were stuck in the snow last Wednesday. Oh no. Well, I bet you're not in Kuwait anymore if you're stuck in the snow, huh? Had you lived in a country with snow before? Hmm? I remember when Chito and his wife came for the wedding of yours. That was really neat. We had hoped they could see us sometime. Maybe they'll come back. Hmm. I know our country really needs a lot of nurses right now, but so does your country. We'll see. Hmm. Ah, the Chiefs lose touchdown by failing to challenge. So that's what happened. They should have been ahead by a couple of touchdowns, but Tyreek Hill caught a pass, and no one believed he did, and he actually had. And but the refs didn't see it, and the Chiefs didn't claim it. That's lack of faith, right? So they deserve to be not almost winning if they didn't believe in their receiver that much. It says, Heneper Bedito says, I haven't lived, but I have traveled a little bit in Eastern Europe and South Korea, a bit of snow experience. Yes. I've been to the airport in South Korea once, and I was also in the country for 5 days when I had to fly from Japan to out of the country for my visa to get my visa worked on when I was working with a private company in 1997. And they muffed it. They sent me on a day that was a holiday in Korea. And then they had a long holiday weekend. I couldn't get anything done for 5 days. So I had extra days in Korea where I'd expected to fly to and from in 1 day or 2 days, whatever. You know how it's like if you have to live in a country, we have to go out of the country to get a visa. Isn't it crazy? And Japan started, but the Middle East does it too. Big time. Yeah, for those guys who didn't see that first quarter touchdown by Tyreek Hill, he hit the ball, then the other player hit the ball behind him. He was in the end zone, and the ball went flying up in the air, and they both went crashing down, and the ball came down, and it landed in Tyreek Hill's hands. And Tyreek Hill didn't even realize he'd caught the ball. He didn't know where it had bounced or whatever. I guess he was so in shock, but he just ran off the field. But the fact was he had caught it. The cameras showed it, but the Chiefs didn't challenge it. Teams are reticent to challenge that early in the game. It was like just a few minutes into the game, so that was probably part of the reason. But still, it's cost the Chiefs 6 to 7 points. Let's see. Let's go back to the program. Again, thanks for watching, and we're happy you're here. Yeah, it was nice to spend some extra time in Japan, but I mean in Korea from that trip. But it turned out the company I worked for in that situation in Japan was pretty sleazy, and within 6-7 weeks I was leaving Japan. I taught in Japan from 92 to 94 in the public schools, but I was called back to Japan to run a language school in Hokkaido, but they really wanted me just there to fill a slot until contracts had been signed with a company in the United States that's called the ELS Language Center. Yeah, and once they had that signed, they didn't need me anymore, and that's why they let it go. That's the way things work when you're abroad. Hello, host. We've got Indai Rose Channel. Hello, Indai. ¿Cómo está acá? I hope you guys are okay. Actually, Indai, I can't remember. Anyway, I'm gonna give you a shout out. Thanks for playing our videos, and thank you for liking us, and thank you for sending friends to hand out saging. No, I mean bananas or platanos. Any case, great to see you, Indai. Rose. I'm trying to get my sister to give me updates on the game, but she's at home with her puppy dogs, and she has to update with other people, I guess. Huh. No, she's not answering. Would you first and 10 at Kansas 15? That's a long way from goal, Kansas. And a lot of live channels now. But thank you for watching. Let me see. I do want you to know that if you work abroad, you've got to find a balance, because you just can't be working abroad for the sake of working. You've got to work, make relationships, take moments to enjoy and appreciate what you've been given, and recognize that you've made some success in these relationships. And if you're working with people like most of us do in service industry, that you just really appreciate the opportunity, not just whether you were able to change them or modify their lifestyle or serve them in such a way, but because they're God's people. That's one way to go. Yeah, I see that the Chiefs got the ball, but they're way down in their end zone. But thank you. Indai Rose Channel says, I have a new upload video from Mayor Isco Moreno Achievement in Metro Manila. Thank you for sharing, guys. Do you want to share a link? It's commercial now, and the Chiefs got the ball. I'm glad to hear that. So what kind of hours do you work? Hey, Nepper, are you having to work at night for an Asian market, or you work for people in the United States? You're just on regular time zone times? Feel free to let me know. I was sharing earlier to people that this is my blog, and sometimes I simply say these are my most recent YouTube channel videos, and I put them up here, and it's quite easy to do, and people can watch them from there, and that might be something some of you think about for making money. I'll put that ad up again. One person already told me in his country it's this particular channel is blocked. It could be they don't like WordPress.com. I don't know. So you work from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern time. So you're working right now, or do you get Sunday off? I don't know. So you're working for a Chinese company right now. Okay. Maybe not. 7-11. Yeah, it sounds like a Chinese company, but it could be all over Asia you work. Not on Sundays. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. You don't have to work Sundays. PTL. Praise the Lord. My godchild, she got married this August out in, what is it called? In in Seattle and Spokane, Washington. I'd so wanted to go, but of course, because of COVID, there was no way that anyone in our family could make the trip out there. Thank you, and Rose Channel. Thank you for playing till the end and listening to you while doing something to eat. Okay. Indai Rose, do you speak Japanese? I know some people do out in East Asia. Some people do. Nihongo o hanasu koto ga dekimasu ka? No, I think I've got you confused with somebody else, right? Yeah, your clients are from Japan, Taiwan, and China. Yeah, I taught in Taiwan one full year. When I was trying to get my visa for my wife and daughter to come to the States about 9 years ago. I did teach in Japan, like I said, 92 to 94, and again in 97 for a very short time. But I haven't taught in China yet. Maybe when this COVID thing's over and everything settles down, maybe I can do some China work, because I do think it's an important country to have connections to. Right now, when I do this, I'm doing this for my back and neck. It helps my breathing too. This is a big elastic band, probably what they used to call surgical bands. The other one, the smaller one's broke already, but this one's lasted a long time. I'm happy. Yes, they're made stronger. Yeah, I've got back and neck issues going back many years. High school football, car crashes, cars hitting me from behind. This accident I had was the first time I was in an accident where I was really shook up. We got spun around in the desert once in Oman. We went in circles, and that's the closest I had anything of myself making my back or neck or body worse. Let's see. Let's see. If you live in Cleveland, do you know any Mennonites out there? Let's see. I used to know some Mennonites from Ohio. Never mind. Probably not. Okay. At least the Chiefs are going the right way with the football right now. I'm going to run up and get me some Too Big. I'll be right back. Oh, I'm happy to say my wife seems to have gone to bed early, which is good, because she and my daughter need to get up in the morning. My daughter needs her breakfast and everything before school, and at least twice this last week, because I have to get up much earlier to start my classes. I'm often working in the basement here, and my wife and daughter don't get up when they're supposed to. So I'm hoping that things will work out, and they'll get up on time, because I don't mind going up there, but it's hard if I've asked them already to get up and they're too sleepy to get up on time. So I'm glad that they went to bed early. Oh, maybe I heard somebody walking around just now, but maybe that's my daughter. My wife might be sleeping. Okay. Well, I'm happy to see you. Hey, neighbor Betito. Well, yeah, my daughter's about 10 years old and she's Zooming from home too. She has her first, she's supposed to be in her first class at 8, but the teacher's not really marking them absent for the first 10 minutes. And so she's got a bad habit of not starting on time. So, getting a little bit later and later. Anyway, I've told her about Christmas presents. If she's not getting up on time, she's not going to get as many or as big a present as she likes. Hey, Nipper Betito, it's a pleasure to speak with you, bro. Yes, it's wonderful to speak with you. Be nice to do some FaceTime or Zoom time with you sometime too. Just tell Vic and we can do that together maybe when you're on a night you're not working. Hmm. Here's a picture, a video of my daughter and so I want to share that with you guys. This is just a video of my daughter and I. Uh, so earlier in the fall, it's pretty. Okay, I see that there's only 2 minutes left in the game, so yeah, everybody should be off to bed soon, including me. So I'm at a 2 minute warning for the game. I'll just see if they're gonna get get a score before I give up on them. Be nice to make the game further apart. 3 points is not much. Any if you lose, you get a touchdown, you're ahead. The Broncos can say. Hmm. There had been a scoring trend of more scores throughout every quarter, but fourth quarter's been kind of lame. So maybe. Oh, fourth and third at 25th. That's not good. Looks like I have to be a field goal or a fake. Should be a fake, huh? It could be a time to run it. Fourth and three's not very far. I'm watching this with great fidelity because we're down to the end of the game, and the Chiefs are ahead 19-16. The whole city of Kansas City is watching the game to see if the Chiefs are going to win. Yeah, Kenzie. I have one request for you. Can you pray with me? Yes, I can. Okay. I gotta pray with my daughter. I'll be right back. Where are we gonna pray? And why didn't you read with me today? I just find now. Well, I guess they got a field goal. The Chiefs got a field goal. 33 seconds left, but Broncos have the ball at the Denver 30. But they could throw a long pass, and suddenly they win the game. It's really a gamble that Chiefs took a field goal like that. Anyway, what are you guys up to now? A lot of Nightbot stuff, huh? Hi, Andy Rose. And Lynn Esso. Oh! Shout out Lynn Esso. Welcome. Thanks for meeting here. Thanks again for coming. Thanks for sharing your platanos. And thanks for just being you guys. Thanks for letting me share about my house and family. And again, that picture looks crooked. Maybe that's a little bit better. Let's check. Is that better? It looks right. I wonder if, I guess my wall's just crooked. All right, guys. Let's see if the Chiefs won the game or not. Final. Chiefs won the game. It's over. Yay, Chiefs. Okay. Thanks for letting me share about my life a bit tonight, and thank you for coming. We'll be shutting down soon. Please share and enjoy as much as you can each other's work. I'll just take my last drink, put my phone on charge. Get ready for bed. Chiefs got lucky again. They're getting lucky a lot of times. I'll charge my phone. Better shut that out. Anyway, it's getting to be Christmas time. Are you feeling in the Christmas spirits? I hope you've enjoyed, so far, whatever's happening to you and your friends and family, stay safe. And I pray that you have a good night's sleep or a good day at work if that's where you're heading. I'm going to just check and see if I missed greeting anybody who came tonight. Who else did I miss? Good night. Hey, Nepper Betito. In Rose channel. I miss anybody else here? Minju, you're still watching, huh? That's nice of you. Thanks for watching so far. Chaser Dream Channel and Annalisa Madrona and others who came. Maria Agea Arcila Vlog. And all the way down to Cherry Alcantara. All those people who came. Momo Capo. Didn't hear much about them. And Coralina Park. What happened to Coralina Park? Let's check. I let you be moderators, but you didn't join. What's going on here, Alba Flores? Anyway, you're welcome to join. We'll give you a play if you share. All right. But God bless you. Good night. This is Kevin Soda signing off from Kansas City, Missouri. That's next to Kansas City, Kansas. And I have to get up and work it and teach in the morning. You too. Have a good day where you're at. I say work and play and enjoy your day. Thanks for sharing bananas or becoming a subscriber. We love you guys. And buenas noches.